Some truths hide until someone dares to see them. This is VeilX TV.
Disclaimer. This content contains fictional, speculative, and AI-generated elements intended only for entertainment. VeilX TV does not claim any information shown as factual.
They say nothing can survive in the Dead Sea, but that's only half the truth. The real secret isn't what lives there, but what died there thousands of years ago and what still waits beneath the salt black water. In 2009, a research team detected something impossible beneath the Dead Sea. Geometric structures arranged too perfectly to be natural. Smooth walls, tower-like foundations, spiral platforms, a submerged city that no history book ever mentioned. The official explanation was quick and predictable: natural formations, salt erosion, underwater illusions. But the divers who went down there insisted otherwise. Their private logs described carved stone passages, sharp angles, and symbols they couldn't identify. One diver whispered, "There's a doorway down here. Someone built this." And then the recording cut off. What makes this more disturbing is that the layout didn't match Sumerian, Babylonian, or even early Egyptian architecture. It resembled something older, much older, a civilization without a name, a civilization that left behind statues, human-shaped, but with elongated features and fish-like crowns, every single one of them staring upward, as though expecting something to descend from above or rise from below. At the lowest point of the ruins, the divers found a giant circular stone structure sealed beneath layers of salt. It was covered in spirals, star patterns, and symbols of water flowing downward. The divers believed it wasn't just a building, it was a gate. Ancient writings from regions surrounding the Dead Sea describe a group known only as the Deep Architects. According to legend, they believed the sea was a living boundary between worlds. They built their cities close to its edge and tried to communicate with whatever they believed lived beneath it. One text claims their entire civilization vanished in a single night. Not from war, not from flood, but because something rose from beneath their city and dragged it into the depths. When the modern dive team resurfaced, they carried one artifact, a salt-black tablet inscribed with warnings. The translation read, "We built the gate to keep it below. Do not disturb the spiral. Do not follow the echo." Not long after, the artifact split down the middle as if reacting to something. And lately, underwater sensors in the Dead Sea have begun detecting strange vibrations. Frequencies that rise in rhythmic pulses, almost like breathing. If the legends are true, the gate below the Dead Sea was never meant to be opened, and whatever the Deep Architects tried to bury under the water may not be asleep anymore. After the divers reported the vibrations, the research station monitoring the Dead Sea began experiencing electrical interference. Screens flickered with static, instruments reset themselves, and every night around 3:11 a.m., the sensors recorded a single low-frequency pulse, followed by a faint echo, like something tapping on a submerged surface. Experts tried to dismiss it. Seismic activity, they claimed. But seismographs in the area remained completely silent. Whatever was producing those pulses wasn't coming from the earth. It was coming from inside the water. One of the divers, Daniel Merrick, kept hearing the echo even when he wasn't at the sea. He described it as a whispering hum calling to him through walls and through sleep. He became obsessed with the circular stone gate they found. He insisted it wasn't simply a structure, it was a seal. His journal, recovered later, contained a chilling final entry. "The gate is responding to something." The pulse is not random, it is a countdown. 2 nights after he wrote that, Daniel vanished. Security cameras showed him walking toward the shoreline barefoot, eyes unfocused like he was sleepwalking. The mud around the Dead Sea is thick and deep, but search teams found no footprints, no signs of struggle, as if he stepped into the water, and the water swallowed him without a ripple. The remaining team members wanted to shut down the operation, but the government intervened. They sealed the divers' logs. They confiscated recordings. They ordered new scans of the underwater city. And the deeper the scans went, the worse the readings became. There were movements down there, slow, heavy, like something shifting under the ruins. One researcher noticed a pattern in the pulse frequency. When graphed, it formed a spiral, the same spiral carved into the ancient stone gate. When overlaid with regional legends, the spiral's endpoints matched old stories of the creature beneath the salt, a being described as older than cities, older than kings, older than the sea itself. Ancient texts claim this creature was trapped by the Deep Architects using the gate. It fed on silence, vibration, and the pressure of deep water. and the only warning left behind by the lost civilization was a phrase carved again and again: "Do not follow the echo." But the modern sensors kept picking up something new, faint voices layered within the pulses. When slowed down and filtered, the audio resembled human speech. Fragmented, distorted, but unmistakably pleading. Some believed they were hearing the lost deep architects. Others believed they were hearing Daniel Merrick. The government halted the research abruptly, ordered all equipment removed, and denied every rumor. But satellite images leaked. They showed a massive circular fissure forming on the seafloor, right where the gate was located. And what made the images truly disturbing wasn't the crack itself, but what appeared to be rising from inside it. A structure, no, a shape. Something larger than any known creature, outlined faintly against the salt. The final leaked photograph showed the fissure glowing with a dim, unnatural light, purple spiraling upward. The same color described in the oldest myth about the deep architects, the color of the awakening. The Dead Sea has been mysteriously roped off ever since. No explanation, no updates. But residents nearby still report hearing the low-frequency hum at night, and every month the pulses grow slightly louder, slightly faster, slightly closer. If the countdown is real, then whatever the deep architects trapped beneath the Dead Sea is preparing to rise again. The pulses didn't stop, they changed. Instead of the slow, distant echo the researchers had tracked for weeks, the frequency suddenly sharpened, faster, more deliberate, like a message forming beneath the water. Instruments that were still secretly running began picking up patterns that almost resembled language, though no linguist could identify it. But something else changed too. Local fishermen, despite being forbidden to approach the sea, reported seeing faint lights deep underwater, circles rotating like a mechanical iris opening and closing. Some swore they saw shadow-like shapes moving beneath the surface, though the Dead Sea is far too dense and thick to show anything clearly. Whatever these fishermen saw had to be enormous. The government responded by evacuating towns closest to the shoreline. They claimed it was unusual seismic instability, but the people who lived there knew something else was happening. Their walls vibrated at night, their windows hummed. Pets refused to go near the water. Some nights, the sky above the sea flickered with static-like distortions, as though reality itself was glitching. Meanwhile, a small group of researchers who had refused to stop investigating deciphered something terrifying from the pulse patterns. They matched ancient star maps. Not human star maps, but something older. Something pointing to a constellation that no longer exists in the same shape. A star alignment that happened once, thousands of years ago, the same time the deep architects supposedly built their gate beneath the Dead Sea. And according to their calculations, that alignment is returning. It wasn't only a countdown, it was a timer. Whatever was sealed beneath the sea wasn't just trapped, it was scheduled. The ancient spiral symbols found on the stone tablet didn't just represent a seal, they represented a cycle. Something that wakes every era, looks upon the world, and either ascends or destroys. A translator uncovered another horrifying line hidden on the cracked tablet. When the heavens turn and the waters open, the architect of silence will rise. No one knew what architect of silence meant. But all legends pointed to one idea, a being capable of erasing sound, thought, and memory. Then came the breakthrough. A set of hydrophonic sensors stationed illegally near the shore picked up a new sound from the fissure. Not a pulse, not a frequency, a voice. It didn't speak in any known language. It didn't beg or threaten. It whispered a repeating phrase in a tone that didn't sound human, didn't sound mechanical, didn't sound alive. It said, "Open the spiral, the time is here." No one slept after hearing the audio. Some researchers insisted the voice was artificial, maybe a glitch or overlapping noise. Others believed it was neither a warning nor an instruction. It was an announcement. Days later, the fissure deep beneath the Dead Sea widened, the glow intensified, and the circular gate, the same one the divers discovered, began rotating. Very slowly, very deliberately, like an ancient lock turning after thousands of years. Seismic alarms blared, the water bubbled with unnatural heat, salt crust cracked at the shoreline. And then came a deep, bone-shaking roar that wasn't heard with ears, but felt inside the skull. The gate was opening, and as it turned, something massive began to rise behind it. Dark, silent, shifting like a shadow struggling to take shape. The countdown had ended.